YouTube, and we're checking connections on Instagram. Now we're live. Ooh, pouring the good stuff. This is probably a bad idea.
Well, why stop now?
Cheers. Every time I do the cheers and put on that big smile, it just reminds me of the meme that of the guy, and he's like, "Hey, I wonder what I'd look like with a six-pack." And then in the next picture, he's holding a six-pack and he's smiling really big. Every time. It gets me every time. Ah, damn it. And something just popped up and I go looking for my other phone. It's not here. All right. Happy, let's just start with that one. Get the Hinder logo in here correct. Happy Thirsty Thursday. I will definitely say I am thirsty. Let's see. So we got 4 people over on YouTube and about 35 or so, 34 over on Instagram. I wonder what's going on tonight. People actually have something better to do. Good for them.
Did the Olympics start? Is that tonight?
I don't know. I haven't been tuned in to anything except work. So, where do we start?
Well,
I'm trying to take my glasses off. They're not on my head.
are we going to start just talking or are we going to start with knives?
Hell, I don't know. Where do you want to start?
Lou just said, I need that Jesus patch from your reel.
Yeah, we're not ready for that yet. We'll get there. Let's put that anywhere. Let's talk about today. Kevin and Ellen are now talking to me again. So I've spent a lot of hours this week prepping for today. I wanted to have, we got a whole lot of eclipses in, and I wanted to have a monster customization day with Hinder. We don't get to do that very often, and I was very excited about it, and I've absolutely busted my freaking ass getting this done. So every single customized knife you see, I do it from start to finish. There's nobody helping me. It is a me thing. I truly do enjoy it. I enjoy the creative aspect of it. I just enjoy seeing how the different colors pop and things work together. I have a good time working on the knives. My neck doesn't enjoy it because everything's very cramped and very intense. And I'm very focused when I do it. So, but I worked and worked and worked and had an absolute butt ton of customized Hinder eclipses. And it's not but for us, it's a butt ton. So I think it was a total of 18, which is a very large number. Definitely be one of the biggest customized drops that we've ever done with Hinder. So I was very excited about it. Now, we have all our social media, and it's great, and we certainly work it as hard as we can, but it is kind of a time suck. The number one way we reach everyone, or not everyone, majority of our audience, is via newsletter. So today I went in and had a goal of getting 4 more knives done, and during that time getting all the knives photographed and then on the site and getting everything prepared for that 3 o'clock drop. And I wanted to do 3. I just feel like if you're gonna do 1 drop a day, I like that 3 o'clock time. And I'm moving more and more towards most of our drops will be at 3. Most of our bigger drops. I really like this 3 o'clock drop. If you guys don't, then please let me know. So put in a lot of effort to make this happen. And about 2 o'clock, I stopped everything I was doing and I said, I've got to get the newsletter ready and sent. So at 2, I, I, I'd already promoted on social media. I'd already promoted in the insiders group and said that they were coming at 3. And then at 2 o'clock, I stopped. I got the newsletter together, and for a rarity for us, there were no direct clicks in the newsletter. It was, here's a picture of a few of them that we've done, a handful of them that we've done, and then here's a link. So go to follow this link, and you'll be able to see all of them. And did a very quick but what should have been an effective newsletter, and set a schedule, and titled it 3 o'clock customization drop or something like that at USA Made Blade. I think I even specifically said 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time customization drop. So our typical newsletter is taking about 4 to 5 minutes to send. That's been the average for forever now. Well, for the first time ever, I was like, I don't want to send this right at 2. That's too early. So we're going to send this at 2:30. So I scheduled a send time on our newsletter for 2:30. And so I that was at 2. I'm back at work. I'm getting stuff done. And about 2:40, I looked at Ellen and I was like, I haven't seen an email with our newsletter because I'm signed up for it. Ellen signed up for it. Kevin's probably not. And lo and behold, I go, look, there's no newsletter. So about 2:50, I was like, Ellen, take a look, let me know. And she's like, no, it still says sending 0% complete. I'm like, that's not good. That's not good at all. So in a panic, at about at 3, I went ahead and dropped everything. And then in a panic, I sent another newsletter and apologized for the 2 newsletters, and just said, no clue what happened, but sorry, I haven't got the newsletters. And hit send now on that one. Well, I didn't go through either. Apparently a handful, maybe a few dozen got it. Because we have a very large subscriber list. So it wasn't, you can tell by the number of people who instantly jump on the site when it is completely sent out. And so all this hard work for what should have been a drop and ship everything today, most people didn't get that newsletter until after 4 o'clock p.m., which stated the drop was at 3. So by that time, about half had sold. So they didn't, and I didn't want them to go on and be like, oh, fuck, and then I knew I'd get the emails of, hey, really nice of you to send that newsletter at 4. Which I've gotten a few messages saying, great that I got the newsletter at 4. I was really looking for such and such. So I lost my shit. And this is not something that I don't think I've ever done. I was just as pissed as I could be. If Shopify had their offices next door, that building would have been burned to the ground today. So I went and stormed over to the fridge because I was just so angry, and cracked a beer at 4:15, something like that. And that one didn't calm me down, but the second one worked. That did the trick. Didn't drink anymore. This is my first beer since, but man, I was hot. I was about as hot as I could be. This was 40 hours of work in 3 days, 2 days, really, 2.5 days. There was a lot of time, a lot of effort put into this, and for something that is out of my control to fuck it up. No, it was not gluten-free beer. Today is Gluttonous Day. So glutinous day, whatever you want to call it. I'm giving myself about 1 cheat day a week. And so far my body seems to like it. But man, I'm still hot as hell about it. And of course, with Shopify and their customer service, you get absolutely nowhere. And I know it doesn't matter where we host our site. We're going to have problems. I don't care. Everybody's like, "Oh, my place is perfect." I'm like, no, it's not. I've done research. There's problems everywhere. But damn it, I mean, it couldn't just be a routine drop that hey, I took the pictures, I put them on the site, and all the newsletter didn't go through. There was pretty much one, maybe two of each customized knife. A couple, there were three. And but a lot of them, a lot of the really popular ones, we did some Animascus and things like that. They got gone pretty quick, but of course, everybody who got their newsletter for something, it never got to see them. So sorry, I'm sure I'll get some emails tomorrow about it as well. But I just hate when you do everything and you do it right and you do it really well, and I think everybody gets that in every. I think everybody has, I don't know, it has those issues with something. I mean, it's you work and work and work, and then if you work for corporate America, and it's like they get you working on a project and working on a project, and you spend a year of your life working on it, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, we really appreciate all your hard work, but we've decided to go another way." And that's when you jump across the desk and you beat the ever loving shit out of your boss.
That's called assault.
Defend yourself.
This is why I don't work for corporate America. So yeah, fun. What should have been a really fun day, and it's great. I mean, most of the knives have sold, and I'll show the few that are left here in a minute. But what should have been a really fun, happy day for me, kind of started off just wrong, and went wrong with all of that. So, but I apologize for everybody that got a late newsletter. That's the whole reason I told you guys all that. So let's jump into knives. Let's talk about knives. That's why most of you are here, I hope. So
Can you talk about the website having a pop-up that blocks things on Android phones?
we're looking into that, and what I'm understanding is that everything works fine, and then you're good until if you click on something and then click the back button, it goes bad. So we do have a tech person working on that. So we're not sure if it's a pop up or we've had two different people who I kind of trust in the knife community that know computers way better than me, that have said that it's very likely you could have a virus on your phone. Because we do have Android phones that seem to be working okay and others that aren't. I don't know if that's true at all, but I promise you we are looking into it. And I do have a good friend with an Android phone, so we're going to run some tests on his as well and see what's going on. But we've also got Shopify working on it. So we'll hopefully ask again next week and let me, and hopefully by then I'll have some sort of answer as to what's going on. And sorry, I'm forgetting to look over here on YouTube. Sorry. All right, so let's talk about knives. So since we were talking about the customized knives, we do have a few left. This is one of the ones that we did in a total bronzed out finish. So this is battle bronze with bronze hardware.
I
What?
heard from a fan, or I heard from a friend that OnlyFans doesn't censor knives.
We might go in that direction, to be honest. It might be the best way. But this is battle bronze with bronzed out hardware, so heat anodized bronze hardware. And turned out really good. We do the hardware on both sides. And this is with the FDE G10, so we've got one of those left. And then we did the Eclipse again with, this is another one with OD G10. You'll notice as I'm showing this real quick, this top screw, or the last screw, I guess I should say, in certain lighting, you'll see how the others look shiny and that one looks darker. And I noticed in our pictures, it looks that way too. It's just that shadow barely hitting that last one. So they're all very similar in color. I mean, with heat anodizing, you are going to get some variation. Like on this one, this first one closest to the knife, top of the handle, is definitely a little darker, but not much. But I mean, that you're going to get some variation. But this is with the OD green. These look really, really good. Just very sexy. And then we've got one battle blue stars and stripes left. And we only did a few of these, so I was kind of surprised they stuck around. This one's got the black G10 and battle blue stars and stripes. We've had a couple things sell since I've been on here, so I'm not sure if all these are still available, but anyway, this turned out really good. All of these are $4.25. So we don't mark up for the anodizing or the customization. But so anyway, and then so kind of to recap the week, we did start. Oh, what day was that? So we did. I can't even think. Monday was auto day, and we were as shocked as everybody else was that we got in Eclipse Autos and the full tie Eclipse Autos. And it wasn't a ton of them. It really wasn't. But Monday was already designated as auto day. I opened up the Hinder box. I'm like, whoa, look at this. It was mostly Eclipse, 3.5 Harpoons Phantos, but there were the autos in there. So I was like, you know what? It's auto day. They're getting launched today. And it was all stonewashed, and damn, they absolutely just flew out the door. So hopefully, I'm fingers crossed that we're getting more. We've had a lot of people asking for them. I'll get an update from Hinder next week and let you guys know if and when we're getting more Eclipse autos. And then we had a few Bowie autos. Those all got sold. Or Bowie 3.5 autos. Those all got sold out. And then we've still got one or two spear points, so we'll put those probably back on again on Monday for auto day. And then we've got still like three or four Defiant 7s left, Valmars. And I'm shocked that those aren't selling out on auto day. But they will. I'm not worried about that. It's a badass auto. So that was Monday. Tuesday, we launched, look at this. Our supply of Chris Reeve knives is expanding. So we did get in a batch that I think we ordered 4.5 years ago. I'm not kidding. Of large Sebenza 31s. These are plain Janes. These are with the blue thumb lug and Magna Cut steel. So hot damn, we put in about 4 years ago, we put in some pretty decent size orders. So they're starting to circulate and come in. So right now we have 3 different types of Chris Reeve knives available at USA Made Blade. So we've got the plain large Sebenza, we've got the small Sebenza plain Jane as well, and then we've got the large Sebenza 31 with black micarta inlay. So look at us, we're growing up in the Chris Reeve world again. It's just taken a while. So that was Tuesday's launch, and then of course.
Hinder has any plans on making the XM18 3-inch and auto?
From what I understand, Hinder pretty much plans to make every knife they make at some point will be made into an auto. What kind of time frame that is, that's what I understand, and that could even be wrong. I think I heard that from someone besides a direct person, Hinder. But a time frame for when those will happen, and no clue, none whatsoever. I would assume if they're going to go across every, half-track Jurassic, 3-inch, everything else, Project X, full track, I mean, who knows how far they'll take this. MP, I had, it could be years before they get through all of them. An auto half track is not in any upcoming or soon production to my knowledge, but I don't work there, so I can't say for sure. So, and then to recap once again, and then today was the customized stuff. You know, busy damn week. That's for sure. For us, having a good drop every day is pretty rare. So let's see here. Let's talk about what's coming up. It's been a while. It's been a damn good while since we've gotten any tactile turn rock walls in. And we just got a new batch of them. This is the original rock wall with that milling right across the handle. They are, to me, I've always thought the rock wall was really well done from Tactile Knife Company. I still love this sound. This kind of echoes in that titanium, or reverberates from the titanium.
I'm good with either.
So good action on these. Every single one I've messed with, we've had very little problems with tactile turn rock walls, to be honest with you. So, you know, I can't say anything negative about this knife. So we've got these. These are coming back in stock. We're going to launch those tomorrow. And then for the first time ever with us, we've got the Tactile Turn, or the Tactile Knife Company. What is this one? The Chupacabra? This is the Chupacabra. So I know that this knife, if I'm saying that right, the Chupacabra, it is. I know there were some issues with these when they first came out. This is the only one I've opened, to be honest with you. I have not checked them all, but it is kind of that shark lock on here, and it's got a thumb stud on here. This is the only one I've messed with. Aluminum handles. I don't know if those are tie liners or not. I'll have to look into that. I haven't done a lot of research on it, but we took a chance and ordered some because we had heard that they had improved. This is definitely very much improved because I did test the lock. It was very solid. I've checked the blade play, and there has been none, no give. It is locked up solid in every direction. Sitting dead centered. So this is like I said, the only one I've opened. I did spine test it, and we'll do it again. I mean, I'm giving that a ton of pressure and no give at all on it. So I'm impressed as hell with it. I really am. I think this is very well done. It is Magna Cut. So I'm excited that we weren't part of them figuring out the problems, but I'm impressed as hell with this. I even like the clip's a little thin for me, but I like the decarry part of the clip. I think it's well done. Haven't carried it, haven't used it. Wicked damn sharp out of the box. So I've gotten, before this live show, I've had about 5 minutes to mess with this knife. Not even that long, probably 30 seconds if I'm being honest.
And how much?
So it's sub 300, I think. 285, maybe.
What about the thumb stud?
What about it?
No, the Rockwell thumb stud.
Oh, those are 329 because that's full tie on those. So, but I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't. If all of them are like this, then hooray and good job to Tactile Knife Company. I hope they are. So my goal is to get these. These will be launching around that noon time tomorrow. So and we've got we didn't order a ton, but a decent amount. I mean, I'll be shocked if we sell out tomorrow. But I've been impressed just sitting here messing with this. Not gonna lie, very, very impressed with it. You can tell I'm not very comfortable using a shark lock, but so far, been solid. Been very, very solid. Did you get to mess with it?
Nope.
You wanna check it out? See what you think.
What'd you say, that was aluminum handles?
Yep. So, and then what else? Last thing I have specifically on the tray. Well, we were talking about what's coming up, but I'll jump back to that. We'll finish what's on the tray here. Just wanted to remind you guys that we have put back our Nick Nichols special, 10% off. You don't have to use a coupon code or anything like that. It's just as soon as you add it to cart, it automatically applies it for you. This is one of our customized versions. It's the Tri-Steps, and this is that basically the shipwreck green with Tri-Steps and then bronzed hardware. And it is an absolutely beautiful knife. Great action on these. So, guys, at 10% off, it really is a great deal on these. And we're getting less and less. We sold quite a few this week. So, but there's going to be very little customization left that I'm going to do on these Dreadnoughts. So I hope you guys will take advantage of it. I appreciate everybody who has so far. And one of the reasons I also bring it up is because I spoke to Metal Complex earlier. I thought he was doing he did an unboxing of it a good while back, but he'll have a review video of it coming up here pretty soon. So you'll be able to, if you have questions about it, hopefully he'll get that video out before we sell them all. But anyway, definitely check him out, and it's a great knife. Nick's doing a good job. Other things that are coming up. Oh crap, where'd the letter go?
Oh, the money.
Okay. The only thing I know, I haven't heard anything from anybody this week. I don't know what's coming from Hinder. I don't know, no clue what's coming from Hinder. No clue if we're getting anything from McNeese. I'm hoping McNeese is getting situated and have some things coming for us. And then nothing new from Les George. I don't think this week. He would have already been in touch. So we do have a very cool knife that is going to be a very small run of medium. I think they're Mark 1s or Mark 3s coming from Attention to Detail. Those are still a little ways out, but it's got a little cool factor that's specific to us in it. And then, let's see what else. And then the last, I think the last big one, I have heard nothing back from Koenig so far this week. So either he's going to ship tomorrow with our exclusive Ariuses and exclusive mini Ariuses, or he's going to ship on sometime next week. Unfortunately, I don't know. I know they're working their butts off over there, so I didn't see any reason to bother him. They're going to ship when they ship. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we will definitely let you guys know. I don't see us launching them. If they don't ship until Monday, I don't see us launching them next week. If they do ship tomorrow, then it's possible, but more than likely, if we're gonna launch them next week, it'd be next Friday. What's the date next Friday? Is that into August?
3rd.
August 3rd. Yeah. More than likely, they're not going to launch till next Friday. So we'll see. We have to look at the schedule for this week. But that's it on updates that I can think of. So, that was enough. Let's see here. So other things to talk about tonight. There's not a lot. I'm going to be honest with you.
I was happy.
So I do have something happy, and I'm going to share it here right now. So, everybody's asking. I've seen it popping up in both the YouTube and Instagram about where they can get this patch. That is Jesus leaning in and saying, "I saw that." So I'm not sure that the person who sent me this patch wants me to say who they are, but I'd like to be able to if it's okay. So if you're on here, which a lot of Thursdays you are,
He is.
I want to make sure that it's
Ezekiel's
okay.
girlfriend.
I didn't want to say that.
Well, he already said that's Ellen's patch. Hands off, Luke.
Fair enough. Then we're gonna share this. So I got something in the mail that included this patch. This patch was spotted on our insiders group page,
I think so.
and Ellen commented about how much I mean, everybody was commenting on it, and everybody was like, "Man, this thing," and Ellen was like, "I love that patch. That patch is awesome," and it is. My gosh, it's hysterical. So anyway, I got a package in the mail, and inside of it there was the patch, and then there was the sign, which is absolutely appropriate and perfect for the shop. And then I'd love to read this note because I think it's just awesome.
First of all, my bad for fucking that up. I wasn't trying to.
I'm glad he gave us permission. So Scott, I stumbled across this sign and thought, this would be perfect for the Sasquatch Knife Shop. So here it is. I hope you enjoy it. I don't remember where I got a pack of these patches, but Ellen seemed to get a kick out of it and remarked on it a few weeks ago when I posted a picture of a knife to the insiders group that I had laid down on my backpack and the patch was visible. Here is one for her. I still want to make a trip to the shop, probably in the fall. Best regards. I'll just say his Instagram name. And then it says, P.S. And we always pronounce it El Nino's girlfriend. But it's El Nino GSF 1200 on Instagram. It's a username you always get tongue-tied on during your Thursday live stream when you do What's in the Box. I'm first generation Cuban American, so my IG name translates, God, I can't talk, as El Nino equals the little boy in Spanish, and GSF 1200 is just the model of my motorcycle.
That's very cool.
We are still going to screw your name up every time, 100% guaranteed. But El Nino, that is, thank you so much for the sign. Thank you so much for the patch. I got to tell you, today was a lot of good and bad and everything else. And then Ellen brought this back out to make sure that we would talk about it tonight. And both of them just absolutely brighten my day. And they're fantastic. We will put that sign somewhere really cool at the shop. And I think Ellen wants me to sew on a backing for her to be able to put the patch onto her purse.
Well, oh my gosh, that patch is just hysterical.
He knows it's Nino.
El Nino.
Like I said,
I hope you do come visit us. I hope people do come.
I do. I really do hope you can make the trip to come see us.
motorcycle.
Love the story. I love the fact that you're first generation Cuban American. I think that's awesome, and the fact that you watch us idiots is even greater. So, but thank you. I really do appreciate it, and I'm gonna go ahead and apologize because you're gonna get messaged by so many people tonight asking if they can have one of those other patches. So sorry about that.
El Nino is Spanish for the Nino.
But absolutely fantastic. And please let me know whenever you're coming this way. We will make sure to hopefully have a drink together and some dinner and and get to hang out besides just coming into the shop, if that's possible. Good question, Mr. Joshua. No clue. I know that one of the owners got really sick. I hope he survived. I hope he's okay, but hadn't heard anything from him. So yeah, it's with the popularity of this patch, we may have to order some and send them out if they're cheap enough. But anyway, and God, I was trying to think of any other stories from the week. I can't say that I can think of any. Uh-oh, Ellen's walking over here. That's never a good sign. Wow, she really did come over here to take her patch back. We did a full thing of updates, no news on McNeese. So hopefully soon. I really do need to reach out to them, but they've been just busting their ass with those inlays. He knows what I want. So hopefully we can get some at some point. But guys, I think for tonight that's going to be it. I think I'm going to end it early. There's no what's in the box. I just didn't have time to put it together, to be honest, and I would kind of rather save it for another night if we did have anything. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna shut it down, and but keep an eye out for the Chupacabra and the Rockwell. What's that?
Open an Eclipse. Fire one out.
Can I open one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here, I'll open two. So this is light switch opening, which I always think opens faster. And then that's just push button opening or push opening. So I don't know why when I always light
There were
switch.
autos, but they've sold.
Yeah, the autos got gone in seconds. So, all right, we're going to get into the repetitive questions with people who are joining late, but I think most of these were answered earlier. Yeah, we don't have any auto eclipses to fire, or I would, but from what the people who got them told me, they absolutely fire like mad. So, but anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. I hope you guys will go over and check out all the knives that we have shown off this evening that are still available. And anytime I can help, you can email me anytime at scott@usamadeblade.com. I tell you to message me on here, but it's hit and miss as to whether or not it gets buried. So the best way to reach me is email or call the shop. But I appreciate all of you watching, and we'll be back next Thursday. And I think we're going to start doing a regular Tuesday night live on YouTube for a while and see how that goes. I don't know if we'll keep doing the split screen stuff because I feel like I've neglected YouTube like crazy. But I think we will start maybe doing a Tuesday live for a little while and compare the two, see how the data's coming in. But anyway, I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great week this next week. Keep an eye out for some other crazy drops over the weekend. I'm sure we'll have some things lined up. And if we don't talk to you before, we'll hopefully see you back here next Thursday. Have a great weekend, guys and girls. Oh, and go over to USA Made Blade and get yourself something.
Nice.
There we go. And now,